Hello students. Now we are starting the second part of this chapter from page number 10. So now Velu started following the girl and reached up to the main road. When they reached there, they noticed the traffic on the road. They were not getting any chance to cross the road as the vehicles were passing continuously. There was dust and smoke, due to which Velu's head started spinning. You remember he was also hungry, so his head was spinning. They were waiting for the traffic to get clear, but it was of no use. Then they got a chance to cross the road. Velu was new to the city. He has not seen such sort of traffic before, so he was hesitating to cross the road. Finally, the girl dragged him to the other side and started scolding him. What you were doing? Grazing cows there or what? If you stand like this next time, you will be chutney, as any vehicle can hit and smash you. Velu's heart started beating fast. He was thinking how he passed from the heavy traffic. Then they were walking along the roadside. While walking, Velu was looking towards the huge signboards with pictures of bunions, cars, tires, pens, etc. Everything was written in English, so he was unable to understand it. Now they walked up onto a bridge, and from there, Velu was looking towards the road, huge buildings and towers. Then the girl pointed towards a huge building and told Velu that if you are not careful, you'll soon be behind the bars. And saying so, she started laughing. Velu read the title written on that huge building. In Tamil, it was written Central Jail. Velu said, "Why would I be behind the bars? I haven't done anything wrong." She said, "You don't have to do anything. Just don't get caught. That's all." Velu was wondering why she said so. In the meantime, they headed down the bridge. Velu asked, "What are you carrying in that bag?" The girl answered, "Things like bottles, papers, etc." Velu wanted to ask her that for what purpose she has collected those rubbish, but due to shyness, he didn't ask anything. As the sun was shining brightly, it becomes impossible for Velu to walk barefoot. So he tried hard to walk in the shade. He was thinking how far away was the food. They walked for about an hour and reached to a marriage hall. A car was decorated with beautiful flowers. The girl pulled off one flower from that car and stuck it in her hair. Then she told Velu to come inside. Velu was wondering, wow, are we going to eat here? Then she took Velu behind the hall, where there was a big garbage bin. It was surrounded by two goats and rubbish. Flies were buzzing around their legs. The smell was so bad. From there only, the girl picked up a banana and gave it to Velu, saying that it was his food. Now Velu was shocked. He asked her, "Are we going to eat their leftovers?" The girl told him that she has taken untouched food, and then she gave him one vada also. Velu, he was not at all willing to eat that. So she said, "Come on, hero, eat it. This is the only thing I can find for you. I don't have money to buy food for you. So unless and until you earn some money, you better eat whatever you are getting." Velu hesitated a lot, and then he ate banana and vada because he was extremely hungry. After eating that, he was feeling a bit better. He needed more, but the girl said, "If we need more, we have to wait till they finish their lunch. If we wish, he can wait there." Saying so, the girl collected few more bottles from the rubbish and walked off. Velu also started following her because he doesn't know where to go and what to do. Velu asked her name. She said, "Oh, You are following me since morning without knowing my name. Then she answered, Jaya. Velu said that he was not following her. So Jaya replied, Then what you were doing? Who got food for you? Velu asked her whether he could accompany her or no. She said okay, but first she wanted to go home as her sack was already full, so she needed another one. Here we have completed the second part. Now let's begin the third part. Now they walked on for an hour. They came to a bridge across a dirty trickle of water. Trickle, you know, it means chota sa nala. Jaya called it Buckingham Canal. Near some puddles of water, there was a row of huts. These were the strangest huts Velu had ever seen. They were made of all sorts of things like metal sheets, tires, bricks, wood, and plastic. They stood crookedly and looked as if they would fall at any moment. To Velu, these huts looked strange because in his village the houses were made of mud and palm leaves. Jaya dumped her sack outside a hut. Then she picked up an empty one. She gave Velu a pair of old shoes without laces. She handed him a sack and a stick too. Velu was confused. Then Jaya explained that she was a rag picker. This was the only work she could give to Velu. Children like her collected paper, plastic, glass, etc. Then they sell them to Jaggu of Jam Bazar. Jaggu sells them to a factory. This time Velu hesitated a lot. He hadn't come to Chennai to dig through garbage. However, he felt he must do it until he finds a better job. So children, this was all about children at work. Now this chapter is over. I hope you have understood.